Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Trader with me, Bring It On. Let's return to the bridge, speak to Kibellah, level up, and continue mapping out safe routes from Footfall to Mundus Nullius? I think that's the name of the system.
Take heed, Nemo. Our blessed Domin honors us with a visit. The one who delivered this ark from the curse of your existence.
She's got the skull. The malformed skull in Kibellah's hands has been polished to a pale sheen. Its empty eye sockets pose a question that can only be answered in death. Who is Nemo?
An aberration. Your former foe. His eternal foe. My new companion in shadow and my trophy. You once knew him by the name Nemesite, but now his name is Nemo.
Kibellah holds the skull up to your face.
Whenever I feel the need to voice my thoughts, I turn to him. He is far wiser in death than when he was alive.
How is your wound?
Pain has no power over my body. A single shot cannot break me. And yet, before, whenever I found myself caught between unlife and undeath, I always remained calm. My mind was ever a vessel of humility and resolve. But when I saw Nemesite pull that trigger, I suddenly realized.
Kibellah puts a hand to where you saw the gaping wound.
I thought I would never see your face again, Domin. And for the first time in years, I felt pain. It disturbed me. It disturbs me still. The wounds of the flesh will mend, but a bleeding soul dulls the edge. Such a blade does not deserve to be at your side.
You saved my life. I have no reason to doubt you.
I will strive to live up to the great faith you have put in me.
What did you wish to discuss?
For years, I have been honing my body and spirit through sacred rituals. I have ushered hundreds of souls to the other side. The hunt for Nemesite was not my first. Yet, after my enemy fell, for the first time ever, I felt empty. And that emptiness only grew heavier under the weight of the question that formed in my mind during that hunt.
She forces the words out of herself.
I prayed. I longed for his guidance to put my mind at rest. But in my self-pity, I showed weakness in the eyes of the Undying One. And so, my only answer was silence. I must therefore ask you this agonizing question, Domin. Tell me, what is the purpose of the blood-spun web?
Does this have anything to do with our earlier conversation about your resemblance to Nemesite?
Please, just answer me.
You're the scourge of the renegades. You deliver his vengeance in the name of the righteous.
Then that makes me the living weapon of another's will, forged upon the anvil of the tenets with the hammer of duty. All my life I have walked the road that was prescribed for me. I did as I was told. I searched for the truth in other people's words, then repeated them in my own voice. And I never once questioned my destiny, until you came along, Nemo.
The way Kibellah drags her metal claws across the skull in her hand seems almost affectionate.
I might just as easily have met Nemesite's fate and he mine. All it would have taken is a different pattern of threads. The only distinction lies in our ideas. Thank you for this conversation, Domin. It has satiated the void that gnaws at my soul, if only for a time. As for how to seal this chasm for good, that I have yet to find out. May the tenets of the web guide me to the truth.
Kibella's gaze has grown pensive.
Take heed, Nemo. Our blessed Domin honors us with a visit.
Alright. That's all that. Well, coolio, let's talk to Heinrichs. We did deal with Gene Stealers, and maybe he has something to say.
To what do I owe this visit?
No. Alright, let's level up. Vanguard, what do we get? Carouse. Sure, do carouse. Strength. Bella, you get... I don't think she scales with intelligence, does she? She doesn't really need strength either. I mean, I guess there's a reason not to give it to her. The Medicae, followed by Athletics. Abelard, Toughness, and Athletics. Argenta, Perception. There'll be Perception here as well. Heinrichs, Toughness. Our willpower would be fine too. Let's do Toughness. He seems fairly squishy. I wouldn't mind giving him the, Oh, where's it at? To weapon combat. Plus, as an arch militant, he'll get another stack of, was it versatility? When he uses his shield bash. Bounty Hunter, we want, we have awareness, probably Lorzinos. And agility. Dira, willpower. And awareness. Cassia. Perception. And awareness or lore warp. Warp. Pascal, strength. And logic. Jai. Unyielding Resolve. Well, at maximum stacks of Unyielding Beacon, the Vanguard gains +7 Resolve. And Lore Imperium. Or Persuasion. Toughness. And done. Oh, let's get back to what we were doing before we were so rudely interrupted by Nemesite. So I'd like to go ahead and map out a safe path to Soustone. Go.
The songs of my ancestors speak of stars
Is there
long
money to be
forgotten
made?
and worlds long gone. What a shame that you lack the capacity to understand even a single note.
By the way, we got 2 extra profit factors, so we can check in with the factions. And try to get more loot. I'll maybe talk to High Factotum. He should have recovered from the attack on the shrine. Kind of a filler episode. I don't really want to start Dargonis yet. Hey, Commissar Boots. Whenever the wearer chooses an ally as a target of their ability, the wearer immediately gains +1 MP. The targeted ally gains +1 MP at the start of this ally's next turn. Oh wow, it's got a lot of stuff. So 3 shots doing 21 damage is not good. Flak Ammo Arsenal. Allows flak shots to be fired from kinetic macro cannons. A flak shot deals 15 damage to each target in a 3x3 area. So we saw that big ship using that. A Power Shield Amplifier. Enhances the installed Power Shield generator. Shield strength on each side of the flagship is increased by 20%. Compound Void Shield Array. Provides 120 points of protection for each sector, so that is an upgrade. Though we do lose technically 40 points against kinetic attacks. A Glimmer Pattern Void Shield Array provides 95 points of protection for each sector, doubled against blast attack. Lathe Pattern 2B Engine. Plasma Drive provides 12 speed, along with strong acceleration and braking. So, I guess it's technically an upgrade. There's a little less movement, but we have more control over the ship. An Assault Ceramite Void Ship Plating. Assault Ceramite Plating protects the vessel from harm, negating 9 points of damage on the 4 and 5 points on all other sides. So, it is a straight upgrade. Cool. Reconstructed Flamer Pistol. Not very good. Spinner's Breastplate. Base armor property plus 10% dodge if the wearer's agility is more than 50, and extra property plus 15 toughness. Alright, have you recovered from Nemesite's attack yet? You came very close to death in the chapel. Dennis puts a hand on his chest, right where the gruesome wound used to be. The churchmen spent hours fighting for my life. I have to say, they're earning their keep. They promised to leave a heroic-looking scar, although admittedly, I much prefer calluses from an autoquill. Alright, so we got... I guess that. What might have the squadron. This is a straight upgrade for that, so we can get rid of... these. To the Imperium, we can always try that later. Try it right now. Alright, so before we go to, oh shoot, no, that's the one. I wasted. You know what? It's fine. Alright, let's check out Mundus Nullius. Mundus Valancius is where I was trying to map things out to. Ooh, Captain Sargona's fleet. Oh, yeah. Valley of Sleep. The crew has discovered a hidden valley littered with thousands of animal skeletons. Augur data suggests that some kind of sleeping gas vents here. It's likely the animals either don't realize that they are headed for a deadly trap, or even come here to die on purpose. Study the gas. After a series of experiments, the ship's weaponsmiths managed to perfect a few different types of ammunition. Got 10 experience for it? Here we go. The augurs have detected a wreckage in the void ship's vicinity, but the exact nature of this wreckage remains unclear. I look for the source of the wreckage. The augur crew reports that it has registered no evidence of a disaster that could have produced such debris. Pick up several pieces of wreckage. Some of the wreckage is made of plasteel, the rest is some unknown material. Studying the fragments further is nigh impossible due to severe corrosive damage. The non-metallic fragments also bear burn marks. Continue on your voyage. Alright, Captain Sargona's fleet. Save. Old Captain, the Augur crew has spotted a fleet dead ahead. The drive signature of the enemy flagship matches that of the Heartless. The escort ships are sticking to it like flies to Groksh. Anyway, what are your orders? Give me a tactical report on the enemy. The enemy frigate is heavily armored and boasts a fighter launch bay, which for sure won't be empty. As long as the escorts are around to defend it, then aboard the vessel would be a death sentence. My advice is to take them out first, and attack the Heartless itself. Once the frigate is damaged, we can close in and board it. Pass me through to the captain of the Heartless. A silken, almost whispering voice fills the air. Ah, the illustrious rogue trader has arrived at last. Let me guess. You now graciously offer me one chance to surrender. Salamorn, read this criminal his verdict. Captain Sargona, your void frozen remains will serve as a message to anyone who thinks they can lay their hands on the tithe and escape justice. In the name of the Lex Imperialis, prepare for execution, heretic. You wave your Lex around in the Imperium, lawman, but this is the Expanse. The mighty pass the sentences here. I'll grant you a swift death if you lay down your weapons. What a generous proposal. I think my response will be, a low hum rises out of the Vox. Can you hear it? That's the Heartless's lance weapon. I invite you to parley with it. Here comes the Heartless. Ready the cannons. Aim strictly for the engines. We answer for the integrity of the tithe with our lives. I'm not trying to launch my fighters. Blow their engines. Don't get away from us now. There we go. I'm trying to read that. I will upgrade our ship real quick, and then we'll, I guess, board their ship. Lord Captain, the boarding teams are raring to go. Heartless's Geller field generator is cooked, so no warp diving for them now. We've set off fireworks in their primary drive, too. That rust bucket isn't going anywhere. We can begin the assault on the ship right away, but experience tells me this will go a lot smoother if we deliver just a couple more precise strikes. How about we flatten a few heretics between the bulkheads to make the fighting easier for you, Lord Captain? Your Lordship, I must remind you that the Heartless has been promised you as spoils. Every new blow to this ship would also be a blow to the Dynasty's treasury. Prepare to board. Salamord, are your people ready? Ready and waiting. I'll see you on the upper deck of the Heartless, Rogue Trader.
I'll ram a fox down your throat next time. Yes, this area is clear.
The sparest of movements, Solomon attracts your attention. I'll lead Delta's Eye squad along the lower deck. We'll distract the enemy and draw fire on ourselves. Your squad, call sign Rho Theta, will proceed along the upper deck. The objective is to reach the elevator. Rogue Trader, I request that you personally do not put yourself in the line of fire, and do not take unnecessary risks. We cannot lose you. Once the deck sweep is complete, we'll rendezvous to regroup and launch the assault. Salamorn puts 2 fingers to his ear, listening to his comm bead. Another arbitrator squad has been hit hard. Find a way to open the door for us. There should be a concentrator or control panel nearby. But first, we will go down and get into position. We need to overwhelm the enemy with a surprise attack. Seems your main formation is going to be A48. I'll plan my squad's tactics with this in mind to maximize their effectiveness during the advance. The arbitrator's strength is in coordinated action. The enemy will fall under our joint onslaught. You may not be wearing the Arbites insignia any longer, but today, you're my brother in arms. Not just mine. Isn't that right, arbitrators? Salamorn's squad responds with a jubilant roar, and for a moment, you feel as though you're carrying the marshal's mantle again. I don't want you to die, Salamorn, so be careful. Don't risk your life on my account. Punching his jaw, his face impenetrable, Salamorn says, "If you encounter especially stubborn resistance, summon me. I will come to your aid." You do not know me well enough yet. It remains to be seen who will need saving. Trust me. I don't doubt your skills in combat. The corner of Salamorn's lips lift ever so slightly in a quizzical, not quite smile. Why not go all together? We can overwhelm them with our numbers. No, we'll focus all their fire on us. Splitting up grants us tactical advantages. I know this based on dozens of successful assaults. Let's move out. If you get into trouble, call us immediately. Salamorn taps his finger on his Vox. Turning to his squad, he sucks in a lungful of air and roars. Delta's Eye Squad, formation A48. Go, go, go.
I always have a backup plan.
A low rumble from the shaft tells you that an elevator from another deck is coming this way.
Another cruise deck under my boots. The flare of emergency lights. It has been a spell since I last went on a boarding mission. Why, I feel a decade younger.
I feel just as invigorated in anticipation of a battle with heretics. Onward!
What's that other... I guess I've landed on the upper deck above the fuel chamber. Kill them all. So no mercy.
Let us not dawdle.
I give a double share of the loot for every lawman's head you bring me. Attention all crew. The arbitrators have joined us aboard the Heartless. Let us give them a proper welcome. Comrades in arms. This creature's critical hit chance is increased by 15%. Salamorns and the Rogue Trader squads add to the greater effectiveness thanks to the Lord Captain's past combat experience in the Adeptus Arbites, so that's cool. Also, our formation is all messed up. None of the pipe reads, explosive. If damaged, report to the nearest Infernus Brigade immediately. Open the door to the lower chamber, in the lower chamber. We have the advantage. Formation K12. Press down on the enemy. Enemy crews block the door from the other side. Explosives are required to create a way through.
Duty prevails.
Steel Talons. Cyber Eagle gains plus 10 agility and deals 100% more damage. Whenever it dodges an enemy's attack, the enemy's block, dodge, and parry are reduced by 10%. The Overseer has Heretical, Adherent. The enemy suffers additional -5 penalty to all characteristics, lasts to the end of combat, and it stacks. Insulator Shield. Squirter gains +1 deflection and 14% parry. Their incoming energy, fire, and shock damage are reduced by 35%. Pretty good. And Crescendo. When the wielder parries an attack or hits 2 or more enemies with the shotgun's ranged area attack, they gain +1 attack to the start of their next turn. It does not stack. Well, well, well. That's pretty cool. I keep this one and give the other one to Solomon.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Blow up the fuel pipe with a shot. Why not?
Oh, too hard for a simple monkey.
Run! Don't hurt me, I'm just a servant.
Failure is just a temporary setback.
We'll get it.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Judging from the deck plans, there's a small room hidden behind the elevators that did not make it onto the arbitrator's diagram. Neat.
I'll learn from
trivial
this
task.
mistake. What do we have here? Rise to the
We
top,
shall deal with
or get
this.
left in the dust.
I better myself through my service.
Alright. I'm going to call it here, and next time we'll continue pushing through the Heartless and do Salomon's quest. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.